Hey guys, welcome back to Gunpla News, episode 25 for December 2016. This is part 2, announcements. Alright guys, a lot of announcements to talk about because we just a couple weeks ago had the Gunpla Expo there in Tokyo in Akihabara. I was there and did a video on all of that, so hopefully you guys watched the video. I thought that was a pretty cool video, and I almost died editing that video. I was falling asleep on my computer editing like this, trying to get that edited. I was so exhausted, but anyway, I was glad to get that out and glad that you guys seemed to enjoy that. I think that was a fun video. So anyway, if you haven't watched that video, and there's other stuff that has been announced that was not in that video, so I'll just go ahead and get started on some of these announcements here. First thing, just a couple figure things. Last month we had a lot of figure announcements because it was the Tamashii Nations Expo was before that. But just a few things here for figures. The P-Bandai Robot Damashi Prototype Dom version anime will be out in April. I didn't see the price for this, but I guess probably around 6,000 some yen, probably something like that. Just another version anime. But I like that they're doing also these different MSV designs as well in that line. They look really, really cool if you're into collecting those figures. Next is the P-Bandai Assault Kingdom Phaz. Now, we already had the full armor double Zeta Gundam that came with the ride launcher, that thing, yeah. That came out, I think it was earlier this year, and then now we're getting a P-Bandai version that is the Gundam Sentinel version of the full armor double Zeta, the Phaz. Will be out in March for 1,800 yen. That's pretty cool. I like that. But with another announcement, we might probably see another Phaz coming later, so get back to that. Converge Series number 6 will be out in April for 5,400 yen. That's 5,400 yen for a set of 10 of them. They're like 500 yen each. This is the Wing Gundam EW, Heavy Arms EW, the Gundam Mark II Titans version, the Hammurabi, and the Syscade and the Syscade Titans. I love the design of the Syscade and the Syscade Titans, mostly because of that huge gun, ridiculously huge thing that it has. I really, really wish that we would get an RE100 kit. I think that'd be a really good candidate for an RE100 design. Fingers crossed on that might happen someday, but I will definitely be picking up these Converge kits. Converge figures, I should say. I'll probably just buy a box of them, but I obviously don't need all 10 of them, so probably what I'll do is whatever ones in the box that I don't want to keep for myself, I'll just have a giveaway or something for you guys, so just stay tuned for that. That'll be in April, so that's still a long ways from now. Probably even after that May is when I actually get those in, but I'll give out some Converge figures at that time. Next is the Converge EX15 Neo Zeong out in March for 3,500 yen. Now, there's the Neo Zeong, and I thought that already came out in the Converge form, but I guess I was wrong. Maybe I was thinking of the Assault Kingdom one, or anyway, there's been a few different versions in figure form, but I guess maybe not a Converge one, so that looks pretty cool. I like Converge figures, and I would like to own some form of the Neo Zeong. I have the SD BB Senshi kit, actually, but this Converge one doesn't look too bad either. There is also going to be a Converge UC 0096 Final Battle set that is also going to be available in March. This one is going to cost 7,200 yen, so quite a bit more, double the price, because this one is coming with the Neo Zeong, but it also includes the Psycho Shard parts to make that kind of big halo behind it, and also a Unicorn Gundam in Destroy Mode Awakening version. So that one, I think, has also been made in Converge form, I think. This one's going to be a little bit different, I guess. And this one is also going to include parts for you to make the 3 funnel shields. So you can have them going individually, or you can have the 3 of them mounted in the kind of triangle Illuminati thing. You can do that if you want to. So that looks like a cool set, but $70 for a set of 2 little Converge guys is kind of a lot. It's pretty cool though, I guess. Next is the new high-resolution model. Now, I was hoping this line would die with the low sales of the Barbatos, but unfortunately it is continuing. But on the other hand, the design of the Wing Gundam here does look really, really nice. I have to say, the artwork that we have for it so far does look good. We'll have to wait until we actually see some production models of that. But anyway, it's set for just 2017 release. No price for that either. I guess probably similar to the Barbatos. It's going to be around $150, $180 probably for that. So really, really expensive. You can buy the perfect grade of that for probably less. But yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty cool, the line art anyway, so we'll just have to wait and see. I still think that line is just ridiculous. It's overpriced and just not really necessary. The Wing Gundam is a kit that I personally don't think it really needs the Master Grade 2.0, but a lot of people might argue that kit needs or deserves a 2.0 kit. So I really wish that Bandai would have just made a 2.0 of that Master Grade form instead of I think I mentioned this on our last episode of Gunpla Talk. Like when they made the 2.0 Freedom, they changed like aspects of the design and made it a lot more kind of like edgy. And I think they could have just done that with this Wing Gundam, just used that design and just made a Master Grade 2.0, but whatever. Anyway, that's just my thoughts about that. Let's get into the P Bandai stuff because there is quite a big stack of these as well. The P Bandai RE100 Rebawu is going to be out in February for 4,200 yen. Can't wait to get that. I love the design of the Rebawu. That one, I didn't know which. I knew there was going to be some P Bandai version of the Bawu. Didn't know if it was going to be like a sleeves version or just the Rebawu or whatever. But anyway, it is going to be the Rebawu, so that's cool. Looking forward to that, definitely. Looks like it's using like the beam effect parts of the Shinanju and like the Shinanju's rifle, probably Master Grade. And then it just has a bunch of new parts for the sleeves parts, the shield, leg parts, feet parts, different head. So it's got quite a lot of new parts in that set, actually. I have the high grade as well of that. Should finish that someday, I suppose. I was working on scribing some panel lines on it, and it just kind of fell into the forever work in progress state, so I don't know. There was also a P Bandai Master Grade Prototype Goof on display there for no price or release date set for this, but we'll see. I guess probably sometime in the spring that'll be coming out. We'll get more information about that in the future. There's a few things here that were shown at the expo that weren't really clear if they were actually going to be going into production or not, or like just for display. Of Bandai sort of just like testing like how people are going to react to those, whether they actually go into production or not. So there's quite a few things on here that I'm going to talk about that I don't know, that we don't have any release date for them or information for them, so they might not actually ever go into production. It's kind of hard to tell. Usually for like Bandai model kits that they usually do, but it's just a matter of just not really knowing when, I guess. But sometimes they don't. So anyway, P Bandai HGUC Crossbone Gundam X3. That one's gonna be out in February for 1,200 yen. That will definitely be coming out. We've had quite a few versions of the P Bandai Crossbone Gundam come out, so that'll be out pretty soon. The P Bandai McGillis's Gray's Ritter gonna be out in January for 1,400 yen, as well as the P Bandai HG Iron Blood Orphans Reginlay's Ioku Kujan custom, just different color version of the Reginlays, and it has the weapon that is from the option set 7. So I mean, you could just make that if you buy the regular Reginlays in the option set and just paint it. Same with the McGillis's Gray's Ritter. All it is just a paint swap, so nothing really too much to gain from that. But those will be out in January. The P Bandai HGUC Unicorn Gundam 03 Phoenix Type RC Unicorn Mode Silver Coating version will be out in January for 5,400 yen. So the gold-plated version of the Unicorn, the Phoenix in Unicorn mode, was just recently available there at the Expo, if I remember correctly. That was Expo exclusive. Yeah, so they're doing also a silver coating version as well, which is like a chrome coating there for the Type RC. That'll be a P Bandai item out in January. Not cheap, but it looks very shiny. Then there was also a P Bandai Master Grade GM Sniper 2 White Dingo unit. This is one of those that I think it's not actually a guarantee that this actually is coming out, but we'll just have to wait and see if we do get more information about this. If we don't get any more information about this in next month's magazines and stuff, I would say that maybe it's not. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I kind of hope it does. It looks cool. It's nice that it has the different sniper rifle with that. I kind of prefer that one. Anyway, there's also going to be a P Bandai Master Grade GM 2. That's out in January for 3,600 yen. We have all the official images and everything for that, so that one's definitely coming. Then there's also going to be, we had at the expo, a P Bandai Master Grade GM2 AUG version. So that's just a color variant of the GM2. So it's like a P Bandai of a P Bandai, which is kind of interesting. This is another one, though, that I'm not sure if that will actually be coming out or not, but it was on display there at the expo. Then we have the big one. It is the P Bandai PG Gundam Unicorn 03 Phoenix. It is going to be out in February for 43,000 yen. So that's like, yeah, $400 for that. That's not cheap, but knew that kit was going to be coming out. Knew that whether it was P Bandai or not, it was going to be really expensive because of all the plating going into that. In terms of new parts, it's really only got probably a few new parts. I mean, the Armed Armor DE we got with the Banshee Norn, so all the Phoenix has to have is a new V-fin and new backpack parts to hold the Armed Armor. So really not a whole lot new. It's just a lot of plating involved with that. I will, I guess, officially announce that I did pre-order that kit. Despite it being so expensive, I'm really probably going to regret it, but when I saw that at the expo, it looks really, really good. I'm telling you guys, like, seeing pictures of it doesn't do it justice of how cool that looks when you see it in person. When you're able to see that thing in person, it looks so, so cool. With all the gold and then like the blue shining through with the LEDs, it looks really, really good. Now, of course, what everyone's going to be saying is like, oh, have fun with those nub marks. Yes, it is going to have nub marks, of course, with the plating. A lot of the armor on that kit is undergated, which is nice, but yeah, of course it is going to still have some nub marks here and there. But I'm telling you, like, when you're looking at that kit like in person, I was looking at that for that. I was like looking at, all right, where can I see some nub marks on that? And I really couldn't see any. Of course, if you look really closely, and if you know where to look, you will see nub marks. But with all this gold like shining everywhere and like the LEDs on and everything, you're not gonna notice that at all. It's just so big and there's so much stuff going on. So like, I'm okay with that. I think this will just be a really cool piece to have on display. It's so impressive when you see it in person, really. So my plan is to, when I get that, I'll definitely be building that and working on it right away because that is such a big, like, expensive thing that I'm sure probably, not that I know of, any other YouTubers will maybe be showing, or I don't know, but it's possible, but that probably won't get a whole lot of exposure on YouTube. So I do want to do like a full build video. I will do a few different videos of me doing that because I won't be stripping the gold, but I will be repainting all the other parts. So like all the frame parts and things like that, I will be painting in the base and all of that. So I'll do some videos on that when that comes out. Anyway, so I will be getting that, and yeah, that was really hard to click send on that PayPal when I clicked that button. Oh man. Anyway, hopefully I don't regret that. Whatever. Anyway, there is the Master Grade Providence Gundam was announced at the expo. That is going to be out in March for 5,400 yen. The Master Grade Providence Gundam is something that I've been hoping for a long time, but I'm kind of really disappointed with how it looks. I don't really like a lot of the details going on with that. I don't really think it looks very good, to be honest. So I'm a little bit disappointed, a lot disappointed really, because I was really hoping for that, and I'm just not really, after I see it, I'm just really not that interested in it now. So that's kind of disappointing for me, but we'll wait and see. You know, maybe it'll look better in the coming months. But then we also got an announcement of a Master Grade, a Double Zeta Gundam Verka to be coming out in 2017. So I would say this is probably going to be coming out in the late summer, similar to the Thunderbolt Gundam did this year. Because we have it announced already, it's to have to wait until next December for that kit is kind of far. I don't think they would bother announcing it this soon if it was going to be that long of a wait, but I'll just have to see. Undoubtedly, that'll be expensive, and what I'm hoping for is that there will be a P Bandai version for the full armor Double Z Gundam, or just a full armor, or a full armor set. So like you can get a P Bandai set of armor to make it into the full armor Double Zeta, and because I would really like to do that in the Faz gray Sentinel colors. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be coming out. It'll be cool to see how that turns out when it gets the Verka treatment. Next is the PBE Freedom Gundam 2.0 plus Kira Yamato figurized bust. This is going to be out in February for 5,800 yen. Now this is, I guess, just going to be a version of the Freedom 2.0 that comes with the Kira Yamato figurized bust. So maybe they weren't selling as much as they planned of one or the other and decided to package them together. So I'm not really sure how exactly that's going to be, but that'll be sold. If that's going to get like whole, totally new box art or something for that, or if it's just going to be the same box art with like a little thing added. Like when Bandai made the 30th anniversary master grade kits that had included the clear parts, they just put a little like marking there on the box that said like the clear parts were included. So I don't know if it's going to be something like that, or if it'll have totally new box art or something. I don't know. And also, similarly, the Master Grade RX782 Gundam, the Origin version, is going to be out in March. I didn't see a price for this one yet, but this one as well, it's the Origin RX7802 Gundam with a few very slight like color swap parts, like the joint caps are a little bit different, the V-fins different color. I think this one is also going to include an LED unit though, so that's cool. And that was what I thought was the best kit of 2015, so it's not exactly like we're getting a rehash of a bad kit. It's a great kit, so but just don't know if this new version is really all that necessary. This does definitely seem like just a cash grab on Bandai's part, just trying to keep getting some Origin money while they're between episodes. Next we had the new next RE100 kit was shown in a shadow box. As soon as I saw this, I pretty much knew that it was a Hama Hama. It's really obvious, and all the people around me were all saying like, oh, it's a Hama Hama. And everyone online has pretty much agreed that it looks like it's the Hama Hama. So I'm really excited about that. It's a really cool, unique design. I think will be really interesting to see in RE100. We haven't had any kit of that since like the old 1/44 scale 80s kit, which is pretty garbage. So, I mean, just not really the best kit. Anyway, so we'll have to wait to see more information about that. I was really hoping that we would get some news from like the next 2 RE kits, but they usually go really, really slow with the RE news. The next RG, though, was announced with a nice full display. There was the Gundam Astray Gold Frame Amatsu Mina coming out in spring for 2,500 yen. That one I'm really looking forward to as well. I probably wouldn't have been if I wouldn't have seen it there at the expo. Just to see that in person was really cool. The Astray Red Frame, I think, is definitely one of the most solid one of the most solid RG kits that we've got. So I'm sure this one will also be really, really nice. I was seeing online, someone was saying that they think the gold or the black is going to be like gloss injected, similar to the RG Shinanju. The red was like really super high gloss plastic. So I was seeing that someone was saying that they thought the black on this kit was going to be like that too. I'm not sure. It looked definitely kind of shiny or something in the display. But the display was obviously not a full kit. It was definitely just like a painted prototype, so it's kind of hard to say. I hope it's not that, because I didn't really like that texture of plastic with their Shinanju, but I am really excited for that kit. That will be nice. But at the same time, I do hope that the next RG will be something from UC timeline. Fingers crossed. And alright, then we had the next HG Build Fighters Amazing Strike Freedom Gundam out in March for 2,200 yen. I gotta be honest, when I saw this at the expo, I thought this was like some like just bad custom. Unfortunately, this is designed by Naoki apparently, and this is, I gotta say, not one of his better days. I really think this design looks really stupid. That's just me, but this, yeah, looks just bad. And the red frame and all of that just makes it look like a McDonald's toy. It just doesn't look good. With a new paint job, hey, it could look a lot better, but yeah, that'll be coming out later in March. Then we have a new kind of line of HG. The HG Accelerate Evolution Zeta Gundam is going to be out in spring. Basically what this seems like is Bandai seems to be dropping the Revive line and making a Revive Zeta, but they're calling it Accelerate Evolution instead. We don't really know what that title, Accelerate Evolution, really means. Basically, it's just going to be a nicer HG. So it's just a Revive HG Zeta, basically. I don't know. It could have something much more totally new that we just don't know about yet, but from what I could tell at the expo, it looks like a really nice kit. The transformation looks nice, and it looks like it's got like all the weapons and everything, which looks cool. But again, it's just Bandai is just trying to sell it just based on having like a little bit different name title to it, the Accelerate Evolution thing. So I don't know. It'll be a nice new HD Zeta Gundam, which a lot of people should be happy about anyway. So HGUC Gundam Type. This is all the name that we have for this, just a tentative title for this, coming out in 2017. This is from the Gundam Twilight Axis manga. So this design looks really cool. It looks kind of very similar to the Alex in a lot of ways, mixed with some other things there as well, but looks like really cool. It's going to be a nice HGUC Gundam design there. Then there's also going to be an HGUC Zaku 3 Kai, also out in the spring to go with that. The Zaku 3 is like one of the oldest HGUC kits we have, so getting a new version of that is like, not exciting at all. If you like the design of the Zaku 3, that's fine with that kit. Is definitely could have been remade. I think would have been nice if they would make like a revive or at least just a remake of the Zaku 3 for this. But basically they're just going to make a new color version of that with a few different stickers or something probably. So again, not really too exciting, but I don't know, that's just what we can see so far. I could be totally wrong about that, but those are the two things from that Gundam Twilight Axis manga. Then we have a HGUC Barsam is going to be out in the spring as well. For we don't have the price yet for this one, so a lot of HGUC stuff was actually being announced, which is really cool. So the Barsam is a design that a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. It looks really cool, and yeah, I'm sure there'll be some P-Bandai variations of that one probably as well, at least one, I guess. There's HGUC Ifrit Kai. This one was really strange because we had, like, this is a good candidate for an RE kit because it's never appeared in the anime. It's only from a manga and game, or on a game and then manga. So it was good for the RE line. Why they're just, after it's just been, you know, less than a year since the RE kit came out and then they're making it in the HGUC is kind of strange. But that's apparently in the works, as well as an HGUC Gundam Blue Destiny Unit 1. That one also we already have an HGUC kit for, but they're not calling this a revive kit, but it was on display there, so again, kind of weird. The Ifrit Kai and the Blue Destiny Gundam are also ones that I think, I'm not totally sure those are actually coming out or not, but they were just on display there anyway. Same with this one, the HGUC GM Sniper. This one as well is just basically a variation of the ground GM that we're getting very soon. So whether this GM Sniper is like a P-Bandai kit or this is going to be like a full release variant, I hope so, would be cool. But we don't really know at this point anyway. It just was on display there at the expo. Next, from Gundam Thunderbolt, though, we do have two new kits. They're going to be starting off Season 2 of Gundam Thunderbolt with the Atlas Gundam and the Ground GM kind of Thunderbolt version. I'm not really sure what the exact specific name should be for that, but it's just, from what I understand, it's just like a GM with a Gundam type head, or like a Gundam looking head, I guess I should say. Anyway, from what I've been told about the manga, I haven't read the manga yet still, so I can't say. But anyway, the Atlas Gundam is a design that I never really cared too much for, but seeing the kit in person, the kit looks really, really cool. I mean, all we saw was just the prototype, but the prototype of the Atlas Gundam looks really cool. Of course, it has some really interesting stuff with that, like sled shield, that really long gun, that really strange backpack thing. So that'll be really cool. I'm sure that'll be a really fun kit to work with just because it has so much of that unique stuff going on. And it's just nice to be getting some new Thunderbolt kits because we had the new anime versions that came out, but those were just recolored versions of the manga versions, so those weren't really anything new. It'd be nice to finally get some new stuff from Thunderbolt, and you know, who knows what else we'll see once Season 2 starts going, but it'll be cool to get a bunch of new Gundam Thunderbolt HG kits, so that'll be nice. Next, from Iron Blooded Orphans, we had a few things there on display. A couple of new things. The Gundam Bile, I don't know, however you want to pronounce it, I guess, is going to be out in March for 1,400 yen. This one looks very, very similar to the Gundam Barbatos. Like, if they called this like Barbatos Final Form, I wouldn't have questioned that. just because it has so many similarities to the Gundam Barbatos in terms of just its design. Once we see it in color, it may be just like look totally different because it's a totally different color. But just based on like the design aspects, it's very, very similar to the Gundam Barbatos. Anyway, it's got like wings and stuff. It also kind of has a similar look in some ways to the Master Gundam with the wings and like the huge V-fin like that. Which is kind of interesting, but that'll be out in March. Then in Gundam Iron Blood Orphans, Gundam Vual. Yeah, again, not really too sure I got the correct pronunciation of that. Vual. Sorry, someone can correct me down below. This one's going to be out in spring for a price that has not yet been announced. So this one, I believe this one was from the side story, like the same as the Astaroth. The side story manga, I believe. So this one looks really cool. We saw artwork for this like a while back, and like a lot of people were hoping for a kit of it, but it didn't really seem like we were going to actually get one. Now we actually are, apparently. Looks really cool, like so much black in there. It has a really cool design. I really like the design of the head and stuff on that, so that'll be a really cool kit. I'm actually quite looking forward to that one as well. Now, a couple things from the Origin. They had at the expo, they had an Origin display that showed a couple of variations, and these, again, not sure if these are going to be P-Bandai kits or full releases. There wasn't really any sure information about them, but there was a different variation of Char's Zaku 1. One is the MS-05 and the other one is the MS-05S. So there are two different versions of Zaku 1. It's not like you're going to be able to make both versions with one kit. So whether the variation kit is going to be a P-Bandai kit or a full release kit, we don't really know. But there was a different version there on display. There was also a different version of the HGUC, the Origin Bugu. So the Rambaral version has just been released. There is also this mass production kind of colors, orange color version that is could be coming out as P-Bandai or something. Again, don't know, but I really prefer this orange color, so that looks pretty cool. I like that more than the blue personally, but no really solid information yet about that. And then last thing here, there was also this new Musha SD Gundam was on display. I didn't catch the name for it. The name is all there in kanji, or that's not a name. I'm not really too sure anyway. But a new Musha SD Gundam is coming out. It looks cool though. I'm not sure what the name of it is or any of the information about it, but that'll be coming out in the spring. Other thing though is that also there was at the Gunpla Expo in Tokyo, there was no news at all, nothing there about the SDX Standard line. But at a later expo, there was shown the SDX Standard Gundam Banshee, Unicorn 02 Banshee. So yeah, I don't know if the SDX Standard Banshee will be coming out or not. Yeah, like the fact that it wasn't on display in Japan was kind of strange, but then at a later event, it was on display. So that may be coming out. We'll have to wait and see, I guess, to get more news about that. Another thing just that I wanted to wrap up this video, I know this part has been very long, there's been a lot of stuff to talk about, but one thing that I do want to point out is that we had the RE100 image that we had last year, like a year ago, I guess now, that got a lot of people excited at that time. This image showed a bunch of different stuff like the Kshatriya, the Jagan, the Kasi, and the Leo, and a bunch of different things that people got really excited about. The interesting thing is that the first one there in the image you can see is the Ifrit custom, which we got the RE kit of. The next one is the GM Sniper 2, which we were getting a kit of in January. The next one after that is the Barsam, which we're getting an HGUC kit of a little bit later after that. So they do seem to be going in order here, but they're not all in the RE100 line. So the first one was. The next one in line is the Jagan. So if we get an announcement for a Master Grade Jagan, finally, obviously the next RE kit is not the Jagan, unless they change it. It's the Hama Hama, most likely, which is not anywhere on this. So whether we get a new, HD Revive Jagan or finally a Master Grade Jagan, I would say it would be a little bit odd for them to do a Master Grade GM Sniper 2 and then a Master Grade Jagan, two kind of quite similar kind of designs. Back to back in the Master Grade line would be a little bit uncharacteristic of Bandai, but that would be cool and people would love that. But anyway, just a little bit of speculation about that. I thought it was interesting that they do seem to be going in order, releasing those designs from that image that we saw. that had so many people excited so long ago. But anyway, that's it for this episode, guys. Up next, we'll go through some of the updates on kits and figures and stuff. We'll try to get through that one a little bit faster for you guys. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.